Hey guys, today I'll be making a video on some of the most blessed stuff that you can do in FL Studio to make your hip hop sounds just sound better. This is going to be a quick video. This is my third take and I don't want to record it again. So let's do it again. Alrighty, so today we'll be quickly going to packs. We're going to be going into legacy, drums, and then hip hop. Everything's going to be in here. If you have the free to all plugins FL Studio, you're guaranteed to have this. So the first step is to take this kick. So we have this kick and I already dragged it in here. So all you do is just drag it in and now you have that sound. If we click this here on the top where the piano key tile looks like it, we click it, it turns on, and now we can use our keyboard to play the keys. So with this first trick, I'm going to show you how to make the kick just sound really hard, sound much better, and we're gonna do some bonus stuff on top of it to show you some examples of maybe making it just even more harder, more standing out. Just if you love kicks, I love kicks, we're just gonna show you how to make it just sound obnoxiously over the top. So this kick, it's pretty plain, just a normal kick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring all of these down, and basically if I play the sound, there's nothing, because what's happening is the volume is all at zero basically. Nothing's at up or down. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna pull this hold and we're gonna pull it until we get like that sound that we want. So the shorter it is, the less of the sample we grab, but as we pull out more, we get more of that sample. So I don't want too much sample. I think this is pretty good. What we're gonna do is pull up the volume and pull this down. This is a good thing because it makes our kick punchy while enabling us to bring our mixer down, because if we kept it at here, we don't have much option to pull it up at any time soon. And it's good to have it, pulled down, because we'll get that to another video. I'm getting a little carried away. So finally, we're just gonna add some soft clipper. Boom, then boom, and now it's pretty good. You got a much harder hit. You can hear the difference with soft clipper. It's not a big difference, but it does help a little bit. It does soften the sound, and you have this like really punchy sound. So another trick that I use, this is a technique I use myself. I made it up. I don't know who uses this trick, but I'm pretty sure many people have used it, and that is just playing around with the EQ. So the EQ is something that allows you to bring down certain frequencies down and pull some up. In this situation, we're just gonna pull some down. We're not gonna screw around with upping the frequencies, and we're just gonna take out all that treble and mids and low mids and keep that bassy, sub-bassy sound. So in the first trick, we used the hold technique to just completely remove most of the treble, but in reality, we didn't do too much to actually remove that treble. Also, I put the EQ too on there. Oops. But anyways, so you can hear like the sound. You still have everything, like the trebles, the mids, but you do have less of that sample, so you don't have the trail off sound that sample would have, which in some cases will sound good, in some cases sound bad. It's your preference. I'm just showing you how I do my kicks sometime, and to make it punchier, obviously. So with this one, we do get less treble and mids, and we just get a clear punch to it. Now on top of that, we're gonna add some soft clipper, just like we did with the first kick, to make it just a little bit softer as it plays. There's not much difference, but it does make a whole lot difference if you're using speakers or really good headphones. So that's kind of it. There's not much difference. And then we can also blast the volume up, so we can pull the mixer down in here so it matches that, and also makes it more punchier. Adjusting the volume is like one of the factors to make it just even more punchier. And then finally, a bonus tip to make your kick stand out even more is adding a distortion. Distortion is not really, I don't think, used much. I personally don't use much distortion on my kicks, but when I feel like making a really hard kick, yes, for sure I'll be using distortion, because it just sounds really weird and funky. Like if I put an 808 on top, it would sound really good, but let's not get off topic, and we'll just try it out with the other one. Oh, that just sounds crazy banging. On top of that, we can also just move it down, and finally we have more of the punchy sound we originally had with some crunch at the end. Move it a little bit. Very minor crunch, but all the difference makes the sound just much better. Alright, so the next thing we have is making a combination of snares, claps, and more. In this situation, we're just going to use snares. We're going to be taking the first snare, we're going to be taking the third snare, and we're going to be taking the fourth snare. We're just going to move these into their own playlists or their own mixers, but we're probably not going to use them for this video. And we're going to just hear them single. Nothing too crazy, very similar sounds. If we had only these choices, it would sound pretty plain once we use them up. So a good way to start making the sounds have more like unique punch to it. Like if you ever heard of a Travis Scott snare, it's not just like, it's like they layer snares and claps to make these like very unique sounds. And in a way, it does resonate the snares all together when you play them at the same time. It's a very good trick, and I do use this too. It's by far what makes your sounds sound different from other people's sounds, and I highly recommend to start using these more. The bonus tip here is to actually put these snares, since they're samples, onto the playlist as actual samples. Like that. We just pull them in. That's it. We're gonna pull them up, and then we're just gonna align them so that they all hit at their highest frequencies at the same time. Just move that there. Boom, boom, boom. And bada bing, bada boom. So now they all hit at the same time, all the frequencies. Compared if we hit all of them at the same time here with these little knobs, it's much quieter, doesn't have a hard hit, since most of these aren't aligned, because if I align this up here, you'll see the difference. If I move it here, yep, there's a slight difference in my ears, but in reality it's pretty big major difference. So the final tip I have in this blessed tips video is the EDISON. The EDISON is just pure godlike powered, okay? If you're ever sampling something, whip out the EDISON, learn it, abuse it, have fun with it. It's just so powerful. So we're gonna take this Despicable Me sample. I'm not gonna play any of it because copyright, but let's say I want to take the beginning part. I just highlight it by holding the trigger, the left click, and pulling it left to right or right to left. Okay, so you got that. You see this button right here? Drag, copy, sample, selection. Just drag it out. Boom, you have it. so fast, so quick. Very easy to just pull out samples. I love this. I love this. Another thing on top is Edison can reverse sounds. So let's say I want to highlight this. I want to hear it reversed. I hold Alt left, boom, it's reversed. Now you have a very just like unique sound that you can try out. I'm not gonna play it though. Other than that, Edison's also got the ability to fade out. So this part I want to fade out more. I can fade out like this, or maybe I want to fade in more. Oh, that's the wrong way. Let's assume like I just want a fade in here. So like I take up these little beats right here, click this, boom. It fades the beginning part instead of the end part and starts playing upwards. The Edison just has a lot of capabilities. I didn't even cover like, you know, the pool, the glacier part. Okay, you have to learn this yourself because I really don't know this. I'll get back to you once I learn all of it. But yeah, Edison, great for sampling, great for screwing around with samples, fade in, fade out. It's just pure powerful. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button. I'll be making more videos. I'll be making music if you need any. I do like royalty frees. You know, so it's hard to make videos for YouTube or music for YouTube. So I'll be making some royalties and some samples. But yeah, you know, thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.